West Ham is thrown into crisis and moved down to League 2. Can we lead the Hammers back to Premier League glory? Hey, what's going on? Respect the Jeff here with a brand new career mode series. This time we take on West Ham United, and the club is sitting down in League 2 in full-blown crisis mode. So how did we end up here? Well, here is the scenario. After struggling in the Premier League, West Ham got in financial trouble for both their shady dealings on expensive transfer fees and their new London stadium, and had to declare bankruptcy. So the owners left the club in free fall, but the fans came in at the last minute to save the team from going under and transformed this side into a supporter-owned club. So they sold the entire first team and the stadium just to stay in business, and we were placed all the way down in the 4th division. So this is where we start our journey. No money, no stadium, and barely enough players to field a starting 11 after all of our stars left. But we have a clear path back to success. We've been put in charge. We've worked wonders with Hull City in the past, so we know what we're capable of here. So here's some goals for the career. Number 1 is buy back the London Stadium. That's our first up here. We got to save 10 million up to make that happen. Next up is get to the Premier League. That's our overarching goal. And in the meantime, if we can win a trophy or get an investor along the way, that would be amazing. All right, so while we're at it, let's lay down some ground rules for the career. Realistic transfers as always. This time I also want to keep a realistic squad age, so I want some more experienced players in addition to the youth. A max of 3 youth academy players a season, so that doesn't get out of hand. And finally, keep 50% of the squad from the UK. I know that's not the actual homegrown rule, but we'll try to keep things a little bit realistic here. So since we've been moved down to League 2, I'll show you guys how that affects the rest of the leagues here in England as teams move up and down. So you can see we got West Ham down here, and then up in League 1, we've got Salford City, who have started their climb up to the top. They were the best team in League 2 anyway, so I felt like that made sense. In the Championship, we have Sunderland back to their glory, moving their way up the divisions. And finally, in the Premier League, we've got Hull City. It's the exact Hull City squad that we left off in our last career. It's got all the same players, the same ages, overalls, all that stuff. Just a little way to keep some continuation between saves here. You can even see our youth players like Alexander and Allen, who we started to grow towards the end of that career, have made their way into this squad. So I'm sure we'll run across the Tigers at some point in this career. But for now, we focus on West Ham, and we have a lot of work to do. Like I said, all of our top players have been sold off to other clubs. So we've got Sebastian Haller has moved off to PSG. Felipe Anderson has made the switch to Wolves. Declan Rice, our academy hero, has gone to Everton on a big money move that helped pay off the debts for our club right now. Jack Wilshere's moved back to Arsenal. Mikel Antonio's moved to Burnley, and many, many others. A lot of these players have been shifted around the Premier League, so I'm sure we'll run into a lot of familiar faces as we climb back up the divisions. We might even be able to sign some of our ex-players as we move on and get a little bit of money here. But for the time being, we're stuck with the squad that we got, and let's take a look at that now. Like I mentioned earlier, it's barely even enough to field a starting 11 here. We have just enough for the bench, 1 player in the reserves. I sold pretty much everybody above 70 overall from the team, so we're left with a squad that is pretty fitting for League 2. A lot of 60s, even 50s in the squad. We have little to no squad depth, so it's not going to be easy. Let's take a look at the detailed player list here. So David Martin, our starting goalkeeper, 66 overall. He is getting up there with age. We have 2 other goalkeepers as well. I think the more promising of the 2 is Trott, 61 overall. Decent potential on him though. He's young and can definitely grow into that role. So we're okay in that department, but I am telling you guys, we're going to struggle big time with the defense in Season 1. We literally have 2 center backs and 2 fullbacks at our disposal. No substitutes in this starting squad that we have here. All of our players very young. Cardoso seems to be the pick of the bunch at 67 overall, but they're all around 18 years of age. Not a lot of experience back there, and not a lot of overall either. Both of our fullbacks, 59 and 57. I think they might have decent potential, so we will see how they develop over time, but for the time being, I think we're going to need a lot of assistance in that back line. Luckily, up top and in the midfield, we are much better off. We got some real quality players. In the center and midfield here, we have Mark Noble, who has stuck with the club despite them falling all the way down to League 2, and he is, by a landslide, the best player in the league at 76 overall. So I'm going to be expecting a lot from the West Ham captain this season, and really for the career until he decides to retire. Another bright talent we have here is Josh Cullen, 70 overall. Again, one of the best players in the division. He's young and can definitely stick with this team for a while. I'm excited to see how he can fit into this team. So I think our midfield is probably the strongest area of this team. We got some young players behind them. Again, not a lot of depth at center mid either, outside those two starters. We got a couple attacking midfielders here. Nothing too special. But some definite firepower up top. Haksabanovic, real talent. Xande Silva as well, 67 overall. And these players young too. We got a really, really young squad. So I'll be looking to bring some experienced players in here. But I'm feeling pretty good about our ability to get forward at least. Silva, Haksabanovic, Afolayan, the young striker. And I really think the pick of the bunch forward here at least is Jordan Hugill, 71 overall, 27 years of age. So he's one of the more experienced players in this side. And he should run rampant in League 2. One of the better players again. And really between him, Noble, and Cullen in center midfield, we have three of the best players in the entire league here. And like I mentioned, Afolayan, 59 overall, but he is young. I think he's got some good potential on him. He's quick, and he might be one who can kind of grow into this side too. All right, that's it for squad introductions though. And like I mentioned, guys, we literally have $0 in transfer budget and wages right now. So anything we earn here is going to have to be made in preseason. It's going to make all of our games crucial if we want to make literally any signings here. We do start with one scout, not the highest rated, but we won't be able to sign any youth players until we get some money at least to send him out on a scouting mission. Here's some of the players that I've shortlisted. I want some experienced players to make their way into the squad here. So a lot of these are definitely up here with age. But again, we're not going to be able to do anything until we get a little bit of money. So we got to see how we fare in preseason. We need to get some wins early on. It's going to make every single game crucial here. But as we expand our team, I want a philosophy for the club, so I put out a poll, you guys voted, and strength was the winner. That means we're going to have a strong core, a lot of physically talented players, and we're going to try to break on the counterattack going forwards. So we're going to set up our team accordingly. I want us to sit a little deep on defense, we'll have some balance, and then fast build-up play going forwards. Speed is the name of the game up top. We're going to try to get numbers in the box and break with lightning pace. Now this will be very different from the Hull City career where it was way more possession oriented. So it's going to be a new experience for all of us here. We'll see how it works out. We can always change things up if it's not working out for us. But for the time being, Hugill up top is going to play a target man. We're going to have both of our wingers cutting inside. And we're just going to try to get them in behind whenever we get on the ball here. We do have a very strong center of the pitch with Noble and Cullen able to win that ball back and play some balls over the top. Alright, well this is how we start the career, guys. That is our starting 11 for sure, especially with the talent we got on the bench. They're mostly in the 50s, so some of these players can definitely grow into roles here, but I don't know that I have too much of a choice at this stage. Mark Noble sending out the greeting here, happy to have the captain on board, and he is going to be vital in bringing this team back to the Premier League where it belongs. So in terms of the difficulty here, we will be using the realism mod, but unfortunately it doesn't work given the new patch, so I'll need a few days before that gets up and running. So for the time being, we're going to play on Legendary, given how ridiculous Ultimate has been recently. We'll have some sliders that work against us, though, hopefully to keep things balanced. We'll see how the first couple games work out, and we'll definitely go from there. But for now, let's get started with preseason. Alright, it's our first game in charge of West Ham, and it is a vital one. Like I mentioned, we need to win all of our games in preseason, really, if we want to come away with the maximum amount of money that we can earn in this tournament, and every penny is crucial at this stage. We literally have no money saved up, barely enough to just pay off our debts. So really, the future of the club could lie in our results here in preseason. But for now, we do have to focus on the squad that we got in front of us. Like I mentioned, it's all going to be about playing that ball forward very fast, just being direct, getting shots on target, and trying to move the ball up the pitch. Although to start here, not a lot of options. It's all the way back to the keeper. It's a poor pass. I do worry about our defense's ability to play out of the back. There is not a lot of technical ability on the ball with these players. Luckily, we got some talent up top, though, and getting the ball forward already. I'll go with that ball back. Noble trying to play the ball through, deflected, but it recycles possession back out, and we're on the ball again. Johnson back up top to Noble, looking to get involved. Oh, and a poor ball from the captain. hoping he would take a touch there. Maybe with a tactical foul here. But the opposition breaks regardless, and a lot of space now. Out there to cover. It's our young center back. Cut into the box. Opens up for the shot and the opening goal. Oh, well, we've conceded very early on, and it actually started with the captain all the way up the field with a poor mistake to give the ball away there. And things not going according to plan right away here. We did start with some good possession. I liked what I saw. Straight back from the kickoff now. We have to get ourselves back into this game immediately. That's Silva. Back to Ngakia. Return pass here. We got to make something happen. Not a lot of players showing, but a beautiful through ball there from Noble. That's more like it from the captain. In the box now. Cross coming in just short of the feet of Hugill. The goalkeeper does recover, though, and it's booted out. A poor header away, and I can immediately tell here the quality is so much lower than what we got used to up in the Premier League with Hull City, so it's going to be an adjustment period for sure. Although hopefully this does lend itself to our new style of play a little bit more. I do not know how we'd be able to handle a possession play out of the back. And there you have it. Look at that, guys, giving the ball away straight away. Shouldn't have been that difficult of a pass, but we just don't have that ability from our fullbacks. Really just sloppy play all over the field. Although quality from our center mids here. Moving forwards, it's Noble looking to get his head up. Couldn't get the pass off on time. He's being put under a lot of pressure here, Mark Noble, and unable to influence the game too much, so far at least. The opposition getting forward once again. Silva looking to close down on the wings here. They're just passing the ball around completely unanswered here. Little to no pressure on the ball. Although not really any dangerous balls into our box either. Kind of happy to just sit back here. The ball coming through in the box. Shot right at the keeper. Martin makes the easy save. And throws that ball out again. Poor decision making here. I think we're trying to rush things a little too much. And the game really starting to get out of our control now. Good effort, though, to win that ball back. Although Sacco rolls his man there at the top of the box. Maybe opening up here. Well done by Mark Noble to win that ball back. And that is exactly what we need to see from him. Again, poor footwork on the ball. And the quality is just so much lower than what we're used to here. Constantly giving the ball away. And we are going to need to get this side in shape if we want any chance at even getting promoted here in our first season from League 2. Ngakia again, unable to make that pass. Our fullbacks have been poor tonight. And that's an area that we definitely need to worry about here in the transfer market. We need to get some money, though, so it's crucial that we win some of these games first. Cardoso closing down, top of the box, give and go. Martin out there to save it, and that is crucial from the goalkeeper. Easily could have been 2-0. And we are quickly losing out on this game here. Over the top, direct play, looking for Hugill. Unable to find it, though. And a lot of hitting and hoping here. Not getting too much going offensively, or defensively for that matter. It's been a pretty poor showing from our side. Getting forwards here. Over the top. Ngakia looking to close down. The ball cut back, though. A flick through. This time, Ngakia stands his man up. Good defending from the youngster. A very promising player. And it's sent through. Hugill's actually been excellent. His link-up play. He finds Silva out there on the wing. And he's got some options ahead of him now, Silva. Lays that one low for Haksabanovic running into the box. And he just couldn't get the shot off on time. That's a great move from the team, though. Exactly what I'm looking for there. Very direct play. And we definitely threaten them there. Although the ball straight back at our end. Alez out there to cover. Great tackle from the center back. Despite the rest of our defense, he's actually having a pretty good game so far. And again, Hugill with a great hold-up play. Noble looking for the pass through, and he finds the feet of Silva, cutting back inside. Noble again over the top, and Ngakia picking it up. And he puts an early ball in there, looking for Hugill, who finds himself on the end of that pass. Somehow strips it off the defender and basically walks it into the net. It's a sloppy goal, but a goal nonetheless. 1-1, we equalize. And that is great team play. Good tenacity to win that ball back. And Noble making up for that earlier mistake. It was a great pass to find Ngakia on the run through. And a really good ball into the box as well. 1-1, and just like that, we are back on level terms. Well, that's what we can offer going forwards. We have a lot of firepower up top. So I think a goal is always within our reach with this team. We just have to worry about being more solid in the back. Less mistakes playing out. And the halftime whistle blows. We go in level. Not too bad from the team overall, but definite room for improvement. Straight back into action for this second half here, and we will be hoping for better from our team. I want to see some of our center mids get a little more involved with play here. Noble can definitely do more. Cardozo getting his head up. Plays it back to Alays. Ngakia on the wing. Charging forwards, using his pace. He's got options ahead of him now. He finds the feet of Silva. Silva in a crossing position, puts that one up. Hugill going for the header. And it's a very good run from the striker here. He's looked probably our most threatening player. And definitely what we'd expect. He's one of the best in the team. Him and Noble probably favorites to go on and be our players of the season here. That is as long as they perform. We'll see how the rest of the season goes. But again, defense looking weak here as the ball is over the top. Johnson struggling to get out there to cover. It's cut back. Some give and goes on the wing here. Struggling to close players down. Top of the box. Played through. Inside the box now. And a second goal. Well, the opposition takes the lead for the second time in this match. And again, it's just down to poor marking in the box. Our defense all over the place. Unable to close down on the wing. Unable to close down in the box. Not a lot of talent in the back line. And no options either coming off the bench, so we are in a bad position defensively. Back into action here, Cardoso and Alays. Trading passes here. Charging forwards, it's the young center back on the ball. Finds the feet of Hugill, lays it off, and it's a poor pass there. Sloppy again from our team. Things need to be more crisp going forwards there. Again, though, Mark Noble winning that ball back. He had one mistake earlier in the game, but aside from that, he has been excellent. And Haksabanovic now looking for the feet of Hugill, running through, and that's more like it from the team. Again, a poor pass at the end of the move, though. All right, well, time for some substitutions now. We got to at least try to get back in this game. Let's put two up top. Afalayan coming off the bench. Haksabanovic can get a rest here. And that's it while we're at it. Only one sub. We still need to grab a goal here. So a chance from the corner now. Johnson looking to cut out the short ball. Right place, right time, heads away, although it is recycled back to the top of the box. Laid off, looking for a shot, and it goes wide. Another chance gone missing. Hugill. Johnson. Give and go here, Hugill. Doing so well to use his strength and find some space. Afalayan laying that one off in the box for Hugill. Has a shot straight at the keeper, but another great run from our striker. And another chance to score. It's only a matter of time, I think, before he grabs some more. And good defending. Noble picking the ball up. Sends it back, though. Not a lot of options open ahead of these players. Cullen picking it up. Out wide now with Johnson. Holland. Hugill. Oh, outstanding pass to find Johnson on the overlap. Putting a ball into the box. And no one on the end to receive that one. It's another good move from the team, though. That's the kind of movement we need, at least. Just better quality on those final passes into the box. 90th minute now. Not a lot of time left. Ball one back. No foul given, though. And again, we got to tighten up a little bit defensively here. It looks like we're going to concede every single time they go forwards. Although that's a very poor pass given away. Afalayan, and time is up. The whistle blows. And we come away with a loss in our first match. Well, plenty of talking points here. We need help defensively for sure. We did have some bright moments up top, though. A lot to work on here, and definitely some promising signs from the team. So not too bad all in all, and we move on with preseason. All right, well, not the way that we wanted to start our preseason campaign here, but we got 2 games left, and time to turn things around. But definite room for improvement here. We will continue to build this team for sure. And once we get some money, we'll make some signings to bolster the squad. But that will come next episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, please subscribe if you've been enjoying the content. And I will continue to move on with this career. We got a lot of exciting stuff coming up, and you won't want to miss it. So I'll be back soon with episode number 2. But until then, I'm Respect the Jeff, and I'll see you next time.